It's a risky business being an honest man. If you're too honest, there might be a very affable state official that'll beat you to a pulp for it. Good evening, everybody. This is Hell's Unicorn once again, and we have a little bit of news out of the Louisiana GOP convention. Yes, apparently things got a little rough. And we're not just talking rough like somebody getting punched in the head or punched in the back like in Oklahoma. No. We actually have some broken bones here. Allow me to read a little bit of the gory details for you. Louisiana's Republican convention in Shreveport on Saturday resulted in unexpected assaults and arrests, including one man who had his fingers broken. Many were expecting disagreements over the choice of delegates, especially after the state party's executive committee issued 16 pages of new rules before the convention. But it's doubtful that many guessed the severity of the disagreements. The Ron Paul campaign team explained the conflicts in detail. According to Ron Paul and his campaign staff, 113 of the 180 delegates voted to remove the sitting GOP chairman when he refused to respond to requests for information. The 113 delegates then physically moved their chairs away from the establishment GOP and started their own convention, which it is their privilege to do under Robert's rules. But continuing. The nearly two-thirds of the delegates began their convention, and that's when the mayhem broke out. Security officials, unaware of the newly formed convention, attacked Henry Herford, Jr. His prosthetic hip was dislocated and may have to be replaced. Alex Helwig, chairman of the Rules Committee, was arrested after he made a motion to remove the Republican chair. The Shreveport police later released him. However, some of his fingers were broken during his detainment. Video of Hugh Helwig being arrested and assaulted has been circulating the internet and has drawn outrage from Ron Paul supporters. Helwig returned to the Louisiana convention later, walking with the aid of a cane. Many are curious about what happened during his detainment, and I'm going to stop right there. There's a couple things that need to be considered. One of the rule changes that was proposed was a rule that a third of the vote at the convention constituted a quorum. Now, for those of you that are familiar with the term quorum, this is a basic contradiction in logic here. A quorum, by nature, presupposes the will of the majority in matters of deciding what the particular issue is and drawing things to a close. You do not get a quorum with 33% of the vote because it is, by definition, not a quorum. This is like stating that we can redefine the properties of oxygen in the textbook so that they're the same as gold, and then we can call oxygen gold. It's ludicrous, it's ridiculous, it insults the intelligence of everybody involved in this process. And we had some pathetic little shrew of a man representing the minority of the people there, arguing that we need accurate representation in which the delegates reflect the results of the stupid and meaningless straw poll where a bunch of zombies showed up and voted using Diebold machines. And for all we know, the numbers that came out of that election were nowhere near what the actual result would have been if these votes had been public and if they had been accessible to anybody who wanted to see them for review. I think America's addiction to voting in private, of being anonymous while voting, needs to be ended if we're going to maintain something resembling a civil society. Now, as to the controversy regarding Mr. Helwig being roughed up and another individual having his prosthetic waist injured, what do you guys expect from the same people that brought you the Abu Ghraib prison mess and all of the other abuses? The police in these given situations are really indistinguishable from the military. They dress similarly, they have the same jarhead haircuts. They're basically hired thugs, and they go around bullying people. I'm sorry, but when I see the way these people manhandle legitimate people at the convention making motions, I see a person with a small manhood trying to compensate for it. I see a man who wants to be G.I. Joe because he couldn't get laid at the prom. That's what I see. I see a meathead that has no business being trusted with a potato gun. But this is the kind of behavior that you come to expect from the same people that support depopulating the entire countries of the Middle East because they don't want to use our currency or sell us their oil at a price that we like. This is how these people communicate. These brainless apes that are currently in charge of the Republican Party and their attack dogs, they don't have 2 + 2 = 4 on their side. And when you say 2 + 2 = 4 to them, they will tell you in turn to shut up or I'll shatter your jaw with my fist. That's their communication. Their language is not spelled in words or in meanings, but in the blood of their opponents. And they are more than willing to shed it, no matter what the cost. I respond in kind that we do not beat these barbaric troglodytes by becoming them. Don't resort to violence. And at all costs, no matter what is done, do not leave the Republican Party. That is exactly what these Neanderthals want you to do. They want you to quit and go and run some stupid third-party effort that will lose by default. You stay in the GOP if you're already in it. You fight the good fight. We've got a lot of victories already, and I don't want it pissed away because a bunch of morons think it's a good idea to go out and have some sort of moral victory by leaving. We are in control, not these people. Anyway, until next time, with prudence to myself and benevolence to all of you, good evening.